So I'm seeing this question about the quantum reality and people wondering what it is and how does it work and why should I care and what's the big deal. And the best way I can come up with to describe it, to make it really practical for you, is to consider that everything in the physical was once and has its roots in the non-physical. So it took shape in the non-physical and then came into the physical. So think about a building, like a construction project. Before anything happens, somebody thought about the idea. Then they sketched it. Then there's blueprints. Then there's renderings. And then you get construction. And then you have your building. Once it's built, it's there, right? It's there. So what you really want to do in all aspects of life is look at it the same way. Once something is built, once something has taken shape, that's kind of the end product. That's the residual. That's the outcropping of a lot of activity and a lot of energetic creation in the non-physical. So whether it's a drama in your relationship, whether it's a tumor, whatever it is, there was a lot of gestation going on in the non-physical before there was an appearance, before there was a materialization in the physical. So you can do the same thing with all aspects of your reality. You can go into the non-physical, the quantum field, the nothing and the everything, and using your energetic capabilities, primarily feeling, thought, but also physical, your voice. Let me explain. If you start writing about things that you like, writing about it, things that you like, you're using the emotional body, you're using your mental body, you're using your physical body because you're writing. It's kind of like doing the sketching and the blueprinting. Right? These are really important first steps. Emotions are magnetic. Thoughts are electrical. You are a broadcaster, a transmitter of emotion, and you are a receiver of thought. This is the interplay that happens to create the energetic structuring that then creates the materialization that you then recognize as form and structure in your reality. So I typically work with people as a starting point on writing. There are ways of doing writing. First of all, you need consistency. You need to generate momentum as you start. You're writing and you're thinking and you're being creative. You're generating momentum. You're also creating leverage. These are two really, really, really important things. And it's a mindset thing, because if you know you're generating momentum and you know the momentum is enabling you to access leverage, then you can just go with baby steps, simple things. It's not that hard. I've been writing for so many years now. I've got a stack of these kinds of books, and I prefer the ones with the coils that sit flat like this, because you can just open them up and you can allow and you can write, right? I've got a stack, like lots of these from the last 16 or 17 years or so. And I've got a technique to make it super effective, super clear, coherent, consistent. So you start to get real clarity, real momentum, and that generates a lot of leverage, right? What's leverage? Leverage is where, with a little bit of force, you can create a lot of output right? So think about a jack. If you have a flat tire, you put a jack under your car and you start turning it, and just by doing this, you're lifting the car. If you didn't have the jack, how would you lift that car? You can't lift it like this, right? But the jack, that's leverage. You have to put the jack in the right place and you have to use it in the right way. There's the leverage. It's the same thing with leveraging the energy, the infinite energy of the quantum field. The momentum comes from starting and building upon. If you start to sit down regularly and you want to do this regular basis, and I highly suggest, highly recommend, first thing in the morning, and just write about things you like, right? Things that you would like, things you are open to. You'll start to have a snowballing effect. And if you start to do that every day, it gets easier and easier, and you get to a point where it feels like it's doing it itself. And it becomes like the most important, valuable part of your day, because now you're broadcasting some very clear and coherent, consistent messaging into the quantum field, right? It's like having an architect or the energy of an architect, and you're creating blueprints now. You're really skilled at creating blueprints, and now you're even doing the renderings. You're going to get materialization. It's going to happen. The law of the universe. Law number 4, what you put out is what you get back. We just don't do it with any kind of clarity, but this is the critical component, is recognizing that it's the quantum field, creating from the unknown, using energy, your creative energy, to inform, to structure what's materializing, as opposed to taking what has materialized and trying to move it around and work at it and effort it into place. That's not using leverage at all. And it's hard to generate momentum like that.